Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glo radio show, where it is sponsored by Conversations with Glo podcast. And if you want to know more information about Conversations with Glo podcast, please go and visit the website at convowithglo.com. And again, that is with a K and not with a C. Okay. And if you are looking for merch from Conversations with Glo radio show / podcast, just go ahead and visit the website. And don't forget to sign up for the emailing list as well too, so you can get future information about me, your girl Glo, and also about the future guests that I will also have on as well too. Okay, y'all. So go and subscribe to the emailing list so you can be nosy and get information about me. Okay, that's it. That's all. All right. Okay, enough about me. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and allow for my guest to introduce herself, and then y'all already know what we're gonna do. Get into the conversation.
Thank you, Glo. I really appreciate you for having me on your show. I'm Riah. Of course, we're at the bar Riah from Allegedly Speaking Podcast Network. And I just wanted to once again thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem, Riah. And thank you so much for accepting my invite onto Conversations with Glo Radio Show. That was really dope. And yeah, I think we're gonna end up having a dope conversation. And in regards with that, let's go ahead and get into the conversation, y'all. So what makes a guy attractive instantly to you?
I think it's intellectual, his ability to be able to have a conversation. I also like a guy with like street demeanor, with somebody that's not necessarily in the streets. They've been there, they've done it. So they kind of got like the mature mind frame of like where they're going instead of sort of like just fast money and it's just what I need. That's just me personally. What about you?
Yeah. I'm the same way. And I was thinking that in my mind. I was just like, yeah, I just like for a man that knows how to have a conversation and also hold the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mind texting or anything like that, but talking to you on the phone is like the most attractive thing to me. Also, I mean, like if you can also hold a conversation while texting as well too, that's pretty dope as well. I love for a man to use big words.
Okay.
It allows for me to actually go and I like looking in the dictionary or asking Siri, what does this word mean? Because again, like I want to reply back the correct way. And
Mm-hmm.
if we are talking on the phone, then yeah, I'm just like, yeah, okay, let me find out what that is. But the reason why I asked that is because I have seen on Instagram what TK Kirkland had said that, asking women what makes a man attractive instantly because he's starting to think that men don't like women. And do you think that men don't like women?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes,
What gives you that thought?
and some men, I'm sorry, you said it one more time.
What gives you that thought that sometimes men don't like women?
Because I feel like in today's like upcoming generation, in today's time, people are so influenced by like social media, and a lot of times, like it used to be the men wore the pants in a lot of like relationships and situations, but nowadays you have more women, especially like black women, predominant. Like we kind of sort of we want to take the lead, and it's not even that we're trying to take a man's place. It's just that we've gotten the drive and the ambition, and some men can be jealous of that. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes men do be jealous and envy of women. I do feel like that, and I feel like it's not just
Mm-hmm.
gay men. No offense, no offense to nobody. I don't feel like it's just gay men or anything, but I feel like it's supposedly straight men too.
Oh, I to be honest with you, I get what you're saying in regards with gay men, but I see it more with straight men, and it makes me wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And it like you
Yeah.
said, it's more of I don't like, oh, you working too much. I don't like when
Mm-hmm.
you work too much. Like, nigga, I'm working because we gotta pay the bills or whatever. Because again, you want this relationship to be 50-50 because you can't hold shit on your own.
Right.
Okay, but enough about that. Um, um, and it's not. It's more of they becoming more naggers than they are trying to basically try to build you up in a sort of sense. Like they want to complain about everything that you do instead of saying, "Oh, okay. Well, what can I do to
Mm-hmm.
basically take the load off of you?"
Um, mm-hmm.
But instead, they want to put more load on you because they want to nag.
Mm-hmm. Or it's like they say, man sees his woman take on a load by themselves, they expect for their woman to do the same thing. Because one thing I'm learning as I get older is a lot of the issues we have in our adult life stems from our childhood. And that's why I feel like it's really important when you hear the term like heal from your inner childhood traumas, heal from your inner childhood traumas, because that's really what shapes you and makes you into the person. So I feel like if a man grew up a certain way, that's just is he separate as a boy, it's just gonna be the person that unfortunately he becomes as a man.
Yeah, yeah. And do you think that when you saying like heal from your childhood traumas, do you think it necessarily come from how they were raised, or could it be that they're bringing uh well baggage over
Back.
into the next relationship?
I think both, me personally, because a lot of men don't like how nowadays a woman may take time to heal. I don't. I feel like if a one, I feel like when it comes to a man is more likely to go from woman to woman before a woman is to go from man to man. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Um,
get exactly what you're saying.
sometimes men don't stay single as long as a woman is willing to. But I feel like that's a part of becoming an evolved man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that comes from men being scared to be lonely.
You got themselves. Yeah.
Um, exactly.
For a woman too, because sometimes we don't like to be by ourselves, but sometimes we're forced to, especially when we have kids and we want to raise our kids to a certain standard, and show them a different, because sometimes I feel like in the home you may see your mom have different, different men, here and there. The same thing for your dad, but I feel
Yeah,
like when you actually hold up to a standard and you kind of sort of want to give your children a different life, I feel like this is things you're willing to do.
yeah. I've done it. I'm doing it now. Like, I'm
Okay.
not saying that my mama had like different men. My mama was always in a long term relationship, but it's more of I just wanted to do something different. I
Mhm.
did, I was with my ex boyfriend for 7 years or whatever, and we haven't been together now in almost 4 years. So it's just like, this is something that I was used to it before he came along, and I'm back
Mhm.
to being used to it. So I'm not necessarily calling it to actually be lonely. I feel like, you need that alone time. So therefore you can heal from that past relationship. So therefore you won't necessarily just bring it into the next relationship. But it's kind of hard because everybody is just looking to actually be with somebody. And that goes in forth with my next conversation started is, are women looking to be more of a homeboy than to be in a relationship?
Um, I feel like it depends on the woman. Me personally, like I like to build friendships first, but
Mhm.
like that goes back to the conversation we had. Like some people don't like to be alone, so they just looking for a man. Like I've been single going on 4 years now. Like don't get me wrong, I done had a situationship or two. Um, and we went all the way to
We have it,
school.
but
But I say like I don't had like that time or two, but I wasn't just looking for a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking like for more like something consistent. I can come over your house, like So I just
yes, I definitely understand.
about to say that's why I was like I don't know. Like I think I'm looking me personally. I'm looking for more of a friend. If my friend turns to my man because we develop feelings for each other, and that's what we agree on, then I'm all for it. But at first, just being like, oh, you got my man. No, because when you jump into relationships, you kind of sort of set yourself up for failure. It's kind of like they say you have to see a person all season of their lives. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know you for the person who you are before I just say you the person I want to be with. Because then when I'm with you, like, this is shit I gotta deal with. If I'm your friend, I don't gotta deal with this if I don't want to. Everything's an option when I'm your friend.
Okay, so you mentioned something in regards with, you got to see a person through all their seasons, right? Which
Yeah.
is true. But don't you think we change throughout us growing through those seasons?
Mm-hmm.
It can either be for the good or it can be for the bad. But you want to see a person in all their season doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be the same. Like, um I'm just gonna use the seasons as sort of, because again, so you got your summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So summer they went through some shit, boom, boom, boom. They got through it. Then spring come, they just a springing and blooming. Oh shit, I'm going backwards. But we skip winter and fall and all that, but we into spring, and
Yeah.
then boom, they go back through that same that okay, they find themselves possibly going back into the season that they were in during the summertime. Do you find yourself possibly trying to still stick it out with that person, being that they're going back through the season that they were going through when they were in that, I mean, during that summertime? Because again, you want to see a person going through all their seasons, but again, they go through the seasons. I'm okay, so I got my question backwards. My thing is that okay, we go through seasons and we grow from it. If
Uh-huh.
that person is not seeing themselves growing from it, what are you doing?
It depends if I really like that person a lot or not. Because when you like a person, like sometimes we're blindsided because we feel like we see their potential. Versus when you really don't like
Mhm.
a person, it'll be the smallest, like, yeah, you gotta get the fuck on. But I feel like when you really like a person, it's just certain
I
things you
just
will.
said this.
Not only that, but once you done got comfortable, because I feel like after being in a relationship for a long time, when you actually do get back out here, you start that, they be like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But you done got so used to just dealing with one person, it's hard to deal with 3, 4, 5 people. Like, that's aggravating. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like
Mhm.
um dealing with one person is just easier, because I know me personally, I'm moody. Like, I can be one person one day, another person. You know, so imagine dealing with like 3, 4 people. They got 5, 6 personalities, baby. That's almost 15 people I'm dealing with. Like, we need more.
Oh,
Saying
that's
like,
a lot.
I think like that's why I say after being in a relationship for a long time, once you get comfortable and you start liking the person, you like, okay, like, I'm willing to go through this. I'm willing to go through this, and that's how we end up in situationships, because we're not together, but hell, we've been dealing with each other for so long. Here we go, relationship problems. But it's only because I
So what?
liked you and I got comfortable. Yeah.
Okay, so you saying that you want to build a friendship first before actually calling this person your man. But are you supposed to be having sex with your friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, especially once you done got to know each other. That's how I said, like, it goes back to like what I was just like, I done got comfortable with this person. Like, like, this is like just really my person. Like, yeah, you my friend, but I'm pretty sure you like me. I like you. Yeah, like, yeah, I hope so.
But it all falls back that it has to be a part of the communication, right?
Mm-hmm. I have
So
to be
in
interested.
regards, yeah. So how long do you find yourself trying to be friends with somebody before you find yourself okay. Do you like that person before you actually become friends with that person? Do you already like them?
No, not a lot of
No.
time. It's me being pursued. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mhm.
if a person pursuing me, we might go on a couple days. By the third or fourth date, I'm gonna have it in my head like, okay, like, this is what I'm categorizing you as. So like, if we still consistent, we going on a couple, like, a couple more months, so we got to know each other. I'm kind of sort of comfortable, settled in. Like, sure.
So after a couple of months, you want to be in a relationship?
I don't know, no, 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 no. I need about a year or two. That's oh no. Maybe we'll be doing it after a couple of months. Yeah, but a relationship, that is insane. Oh no. Give me fuck. Uh-uh.
I'm just
Hell nah.
like, this is your answer. It's like, yeah, we go together.
No.
man. Do not fuck with my man.
Um, mm-mm.
Do not fuck with him. But
Mm-mm.
no, I get it. Okay, so I just, me personally, I'm about to tell my business like I always do. I find it hard for me to for someone to give me consistent dick. And the reason
Okay.
is I don't know. I don't even know what the reason is, but the thing is that when I tell a person, um, you're just a fuck, or you're, I I just want somebody to actually give me consistent sex. It just seems as if they run away from it, which is kind of crazy. Or they get distant because this is something that I guess like they're not trying to give me consistent sex, which is crazy to me because it's just like, why not? And so this is why I say be careful in regards, like, if you're wanting to build a friendship, I feel like that it should be kept as it's like it should be kept as a friendship. You shouldn't want to screw your friends because it becomes more because again, you don't know whether or not where that person is at. Again, in regards with you trying to like this person, so therefore they can possibly get out of the friend zone. You also have to make sure that they are agreeing with what you want as well too, because if y'all not in agreement, then that can come complications and miscommunication and all that bullshit. But my thing is, if you are communicating and the other person is not trying to communicate in regards to what they want, that means that you need to step away from it.
Oh
Even
yeah.
if that is your friend, that's something that needs to be stepped away from. But I get what you're saying, Riah, in regards, like, you will want to be friends first, go on a couple of dates, and then probably after those couple of dates, y'all screwing, trying to figure out exactly. You're not trying to figure out exactly where it's going, but you're trying to figure out exactly where y'all stand with each other. And that needs to be
I,
communicated as well too, because it's delusional as people out here that don't know.
yeah, I get what you. I can agree with what you're saying, but I just feel like if y'all been friends and y'all kind of sort of been going on dates, and you're inquired by a certain type of man, and it's the kind of person that keeps you interested, then I feel like the feelings gonna be mutual. I just feel like I
You
get.
automatically think that the feelings is going to be mutual because y'all going on dates.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying
Oh,
like
okay.
a couple of times, like either the vibe gonna be there or it's not gonna be there
You
because
right.
I don't doing something with a person you really don't like, especially like going out, being seen, or even just being in the presence of a person. If I don't like you, I don't want to be bothered with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the vibe not gonna be there. The vibe gonna be off. But I feel like if we just been spending consistent time, for a couple of months now, like it's like I feel like I'm pretty sure that the feeling's gonna be mutual. Like, oh, I like you, you like me, especially when you make time for a person. Because I feel like today nowadays, like we're in a recession. Like, you got to have a couple of incomes to support yourself, or you gonna be like one of them people in a relationship hot from man to man because you need somebody to depend on. You can't do it by yourself. That's why I say it's just
Exactly.
I just feel like when you kind of start independent, and I feel like a lot of men nowadays, they don't really like independent women. Those are the women that they're jealous and they're envious
Mhm.
because she's not needy. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to stroke a
Mhm.
man's ego if you don't want to. Versus where when you're kind of sort of in a bind, like you have to. It's certain things that you got to kind of sort of be submissive to. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no choice but to
Mhm.
submit to a person because this is how you got to get it. But when you don't, like you
Mhm.
can have options. That's another reason why nowadays relationship for independent black women are so limited because like you said, you just want some consistent penis. You know what I'm saying? I just want somebody I can spend time with, consistent, full, have a good time. I go about my business, you go about yours, and we have an understanding. But that's
Mhm.
a while, even of doing that, it becomes a situationship because I'm not with you, you're not with me, but we've been fucking and kicking it for a minute now. It's kind of so like I said, we having relationship issues and we're not even together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Riah, y'all heard Riah's spiel. Okay. Y'all heard what the fuck she just said. Okay. And I like that. And I definitely do agree with everything that you just said as well, too. I would just say in regards with going back to the question, are women looking to be more of a homeboy than to be in a relationship. I don't think that a woman is looking to be a homeboy. I just think that nowadays women are knowing what's out here. Women
Mhm.
are now on the back end in regards with them being single at our age. They
Yeah.
see exactly what's going on now. So
Mhm.
it's just like, well, I'm going to make this easier for you and for me, and we can just be fuck buddies. That's
Mhm.
it. And I feel like it alone. And here's how I feel as well too. And a lot of people may not feel this way either. I feel like, if you are fuck buddies with somebody and it's just y'all, I feel like it shouldn't be an issue in regards like with helping each other out or doing things for each other. And that necessarily doesn't mean that, hey, we need to be in a relationship because I got you a birthday present. It does not mean that at all. It's just basically showing that, you could depend on me and I could depend on you in a time of need, or just doing some just because shit, just because I fuck with you. Don't take it, I feel like, unless it's discussed, don't take it out of context thinking that, oh, this person may want more just because they doing for you. You never know, like you may be fucking with a person that likes to give. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like it's only fair for the other person to reciprocate,
Yeah.
even though that may not be your speed, but if y'all feeling each other, y'all will find ways to basically compromise with each other. That's just how I feel.
And I definitely agree 100%.